Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to This is Epic. Thank you for joining me again. And to those who are joining me for the first time, welcome. Happy to have you. Without further ado, let's start with the story. Previously, Rishi Vedavyasa's mother, Yojana Gandhi, changes her name to Satyavati after parting ways from her husband. She then moves to the banks of river Yamuna in search of a new life. Meanwhile, at Hastinapur, years have passed since King Shantanu's divorce from goddess Ganga. Their son, the pride and joy of Shantanu and the heir to the throne, Devavrata, has completed his education and has grown up to be a capable prince and a great warrior. It is said that his skill on the battlefield was unparalleled. His knowledge of Dharma and the Vedas was exemplary. It was clear to Shantanu and his ministers that Devavrata was truly a worthy successor. So, the king was convinced that the future of his family was bright and their rule over the kingdom secure. One day, Shantanu takes a trip to the banks of river Yamuna. There, he meets the beautiful Satyavati and falls in love. He proposes marriage to her. In response, Satyavati says that she is willing to marry him if her father approves of this marriage. Heartbroken, Shantanu returns to the palace. With time, his constant worry and despair takes a toll on his body, so he falls ill. Even with medicines, his condition only worsens. It reaches a point where Shantanu's life is at risk. Prince Devavrata has been anxious about his father's well-being. As soon as he learns of the gravity of the situation, Devavrata rides out to meet with Satyavati's father, determined to get his blessings for the marriage. Upon reaching Satyavati's home, Devavrata explains the seriousness of the situation to her father and humbly requests him to kindly permit Satyavati to marry the king. Satyavati's father expresses his concern about marrying his daughter off to the king. Knowing fully well that according to the Kshatriya law at the time, the firstborn son of a ruler is the successor to the throne, he says, "If I agree to this marriage, will Satyavati's children have a claim to the throne? If not, I don't see the point in considering the king's proposal. If my grandchildren do not have the claim to the throne, my daughter will only be a namesake queen. She will not be seen as an equal by other members of the royal family, nor will she command any respect. Instead, she will be looked down upon. How does that benefit us? Rather than leading a miserable life among luxury in the palace, a peaceful life at this village is better." In response, Devavrata smiles and assures him that he will give up his claim to the throne and that Satyavati's children will rule the kingdom instead. Not only that, he takes an oath saying he will never marry, and from that moment on, he will treat and respect all women like he would his mother. Even after witnessing such an act of great sacrifice, which was clearly a testament to Devavrata's honor, Satyavati's cunning father is not convinced about the marriage. He says to his prince, "You say so in the presence of only my daughter and I. No one else has witnessed your oath. So how can I be certain that you will carry out your oath once my daughter is married to the king?" Devavrata responds saying, "The 5 elements and the devas are the witness to my oath," and reassures him that he will honor his word. Finally convinced and content with the result, Satyavati's father gives his blessing for the marriage. The good news is conveyed to Shantanu, so he slowly recovers. He is touched by Devavrata's unconditional love and stunned by his sacrifice. He tries to convince the prince to take his rightful place on the throne when the time comes. But Devavrata, a man of his principles, is adamant that he will not change his mind. The king is extremely pleased by his son's commitment. He says, "My son, because you have taken up such a demanding oath, from now on, may the world know you as Bhishma. And by the powers I have gained performing penance, I give you the boon to be Ichhamarani." The term Ichhamarani means someone who has the power to make the decision as to when they will meet their death. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I will see you soon with another one. Until then, choose the light, be the light.